the 10 principles of corporate governance. For the number 3, promote ethical and responsible decision making. Actively promote ethical responsible decision making. Ethics is one of the most important aspects in the business industry. It is very essential, especially when making decisions, as well as it would also affect the behavior of the individual in the company and the business as well. Thus, it is encouraged to have a good business environment, as this reflects that ethics is being exercised and considered in the company. In conclusion, ethical decision making is important as it encompasses a lot of aspects, including treating employees right, as it will build a good and healthy environment in the workplace. This also means that companies must avoid making unethical decisions, as it also has its own repercussion, which would also be detrimental to the company. For the number 4, safeguard integrity in financial reporting. Have a structure to independently verify and safeguard the integrity of the company's financial reporting. This requires companies to put in place structure of review and authorization designed to ensure the truthful and factual presentation of the company's financial position. For the number 5, make timely balanced disclosure. Promote timely balanced disclosure of all materials matter concerning the company. This requires the board shall promote timely balanced disclosure of all material matters concerning the bank. To achieve this, the bank has put in place structure designed to ensure compliance with the relevant legislation and to ensure accountability at a senior management level for that compliance, such that all investors have equal and timely access to material information concerning the bank, including its financial situation, performance, ownership, and governance. And bank announcements are factual and presented in a clear, balanced way. Balance requires disclosure of both positive and negative information. For the number 6, respect the rights of shareholders and facilitate the effective exercise of those rights. It means this seeks to ensure that the company respects the rights of shareholders and facilitates the effective exercise of those rights. The recommendation outline requirements for the company's communication strategy. It further rents of this responsibility, the board empowers the shareholders by communicating effectively with them, giving them ready access to balanced and understandable information about the bank, and also making it easy for them to participate in general meetings. And for the number 8, encourage enhanced performance. Fairly review and actively encourage enhanced board and management effectiveness. The board is committed to encourage enhanced board and management effectiveness through periodic performance evaluation and review. The board also ensures that directors and key executives are equipped with the knowledge and information they need to discharge their responsibility effectiveness. Remunerate fairly and responsibly. Ensure that the level of composition of remuneration is sufficient and reasonable, and it is relationship to corporate and individual performance is defined. A company which applies the core principle of good corporate governance, fairness, accountability, responsibility, and transparency will usually outperform the other companies and will be able to attract investors whose support can help to finance further growth. The board shall ensure that the level and composition of remuneration is sufficient and reasonable, and that its relationship to corporate and individual performance is defined. To achieve this, the bank has adopted remuneration policy that attract and maintain talented and motivated employees so as to encourage enhanced performance of the bank. It is important that there is a clear relationship between performance and remuneration. Lastly, recognize the legitimate interests of stakeholders. Recognize legal and other obligations to all legitimate stakeholders. The Code of Conduct for both director and senior management is aimed at maintaining the highest ethical standards, corporate behavior, and accountability across the group. Directors and senior management are expected to act honestly in a good faith, comply with the law, act in the best interest of the company as a whole, avoid conflicts of interest with the company, treat other employees, customers, suppliers, contractors, and members of the public with respect and courtesy in a fair, honest, and open manner. Respect confidentiality and privacy, adopt safe working practices, comply with shared trading rules, and also encourage the reporting and investigations of unlawful or unethical behavior, and also ensure that employees under their control comply with the code of conduct. Number 7. Recognize and management risk. Establish a sound system of risk oversight and management and internal control. The purpose of internal control and risk management is to ensure that the company's operations are effective, that financial and other information is reliable, and that the company complies with the relevant regulations and operating principles. That's all.